everybody, welcome to the Little Oak Homestead here on Oak Tree Farm. Just gonna take you around the place and show you what it is we've been up to this past year. And if you like this sort of topic, permaculture, living off the grid, being out of the sort of city lifestyle, then this is the right place, and hopefully you'll enjoy what we've done. Very basic topics, and just see the progression of it, what it sort of takes and what it entails. Hope you guys enjoy. Click like if you dig the video, subscribe if you want to hear more, and send some comments down below so we can discuss this further. Wherever you are, I'm also keen to obviously just increase my knowledge on all topics. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy. So when we started here, this is one of the first pieces of amazing equipment we put in, just the gate to represent the whole beginning of it all. So we put these two awesome poles in, and then we basically connected up the gate and did the fence within about a week or two. So that was quite surprising. I think we got a total of maybe 30 poles in the ground, all dug out by hand, and just all done previously about 5 years ago. Creosoting them, preserving them, getting them ready, and now thankfully being able to use them. So got the fence in. Secondly, we had to get water to the area because we didn't have water, so I ran a hose up from the top corner camp and just put a black pipe under the ground towards the oak tree, and then from there we had water. We had our first tap system, and that was obviously a massive mark, a big day. We have 25 fruit trees in the ground all around the area. We've put them in over time and found better ways of doing it as we go. The goats have obviously decided to have their fair share when breaking into the yard, but that's something that you obviously progress with as well, keeping animals and being able to fend them off and keep them away from certain areas and put up different fences. And so it's been a growing process, but slowly we're getting there, and more we see the progression of it all, and just how we're able to sort of maintain what it is we have inside this camp. So when we came here, we actually had a little picnic and made a fire. We rolled a couple of stones from up under the tree, and we just sort of made a mark saying that we were going to try and do this. It was actually obviously during 2020, where I'm sure a lot of people ended up moving away because of losing their jobs, etc. And when travel became quite a bit more difficult, we decided we would just give it a go and see if we were able to do this sort of thing. So we rolled some stones over there, we made a fire, we had the picnic, we decided we're going to bring the car here, we're going to live out of the car, and we're going to just start putting up the fence, getting the water here, getting a shelter going, which thankfully was this awesome teepee you see here, which we lived in for 5 months. Such a great experience. Obviously very thin layered walls, so the insulation wasn't all that great, but we did have a fire inside, and we were able to put our kitchen in there, have a little lounge set up, have our bed facing east so we could see the sunrise, and it just worked out beautifully. We couldn't have asked for better. We set up an outside bathroom area just up underneath the trees here, which was beautiful, but obviously no insulation. We just had a sort of donkey jacket, which is something you connect water to, make a fire inside and get the hot water going. So we had that set up outside, and it was pretty awesome, but when the weather wasn't good, it wasn't so awesome. So we kind of had to, as time goes on, progress to getting a small little Wendy put in, and then building in and around it to create a space that was suitable for a small little workshop cleaning area on the side, where we could also have the entire boiler system going, and then basically set up our compost toilet inside and just have everything suitable to be able to live here. So inside here we have this vice grip, which was something that's really needed if you do this sort of thing. We've got a whole basin set up. This is connected directly to the water system, which gives us hot water, so we're able to do dishes. We have a large basin that we found under the trees in a scrapyard further out on the other side of the farm. And we have our geyser system, so that gets fed by the donkey, which is a small fire system inside, and that produces all the hot water that we thankfully have now in the camp. So we've got a cozy little spot. We have the very bare necessities, an awesome bath where we sort of have a shower system as well, which is great. We have the fire going here, which supplies the cold water inlet, and then it comes right up the top here into the boiler system or into the geyser, and then we're able to get a nice bunch of hot water. Got a basin set up. We have a number 1 toilet and a number 2. The number 2 is a simple sawdust composting system. And yeah, so that was the bathroom setup, which was really awesome to get going and get everything comfortable in that sense. And when you're able to just go from your house to a nice warm area and just relax and be in there, it really just changed everything. Every step of progression in this sort of thing, from coming here where there was nothing to coming here where right now we feel like we have everything, has just been an amazing progress, something that everyone should experience, from very little to having what we feel is abundance. So yeah, over here we have a whole wood cutting area and storage and some bananas from some friends over the new year. We can't grow those here, we're in a colder area, but yeah, we got some beautiful bananas. We've got the washing line set up, and all the chickens tend to follow me around this time because they want to be fed. So the goats are going to be going off as well. Yeah, regarding the animals and the plants and the things here, it's just been, it's really been from zero to having fruit and veg, having some, chickens going for eggs, having the goats for milk, and being able to get your things like cheeses and yogurts, which has been incredible. I personally haven't been doing it, but the beautiful camera lady with me now has used everything to the maximum here, and it's just been such a amazing thing to have a meal on your plate, and all those things are from what it is you've somehow managed to make within this small area. So from tomatoes to eggs to cheese to beautiful sandwiches to everything, baked breads, and it's just been an amazing experience. The rooster is a big part of the place. He obviously wakes us up in the morning, so he's great. This is Big Blue. He does our heavy lifting and log moving. So yeah, so far so good. We've had to do quite a bit of work on him, but at least we have something to move around in, which has been such a awesome thing as well. I mean, transport and being able to shift things around the farm and get what you need is something vital. Yeah, so here's Mary. She's one of our beautiful milking goats. I had to put this extra wire across today because and she didn't get shocked. Very lucky. She's a cheeky little one. She knows it's food time, so she comes in and then she has a little jump around and tries to eat all the plants through the fence, etc. But yeah, these are the milking goats. They are Toggenburg or Tockenberg, and just so far the most intelligent, beautiful animals you really just can't imagine. And they give us, just 2 of them, 3 liters of milk a day approximately, which allows us to have basically unlimited milk and resource, which we're thinking of maybe getting a few more so we can supply different people in the area, family, friends, and whoever comes around. Our variety of vegetables around the area is basically pumpkins, corn. We have marijuana plants.
Everybody needs a Rastaman.
Things, of course, spinaches, broccoli, cauliflower, like I said, tomato, cabbage, potatoes, and a lot of produce. We had a whole area up at the back of the farm where there was a lot of cow manure that had dried over the years, so we used that and sort of put that into the fields as much as possible, and then planted so we could have nice nutritious soil, which was awesome, and thankfully we were able to do that. Yeah, so we've also got a bunch of pygmy goats. We've 14 in total now. They were just our test subject to see whether or not we are able to even keep goats. And we got them for basically nothing. They are truly amazing, beautiful creatures to have around. They just trim the exterior fence line and basically stick around because they're always keen to, be a part of the social gathering wherever we're walking around the yard. Got this house built, which was an awesome little project, just very basic poles in the ground, connecting everything together, wrapping them up with some shade cloth, putting in some hay, laying down some conveyor belts inside, and fencing off their little area just so they have a small protected camp in the evening. Then we had the chicken coop done, same sort of business. We just put a whole bunch of poles in the ground, connected up the roof, added some shade cloth. Had a local guy on the side of the road who makes beautiful little wooden houses. We got a small chicken coop from him, and then built a small little jungly area because they like to roost on things and they like their privacy, and so basically just made a nice little area for them, which has worked out to be really good. Put the electric fence along the bottom, they just break through it anyway. We want them to be free range, so they just roam everywhere. They haven't been too destructive, thankfully. So this year we got some figs going. The fig tree is popping everywhere, which is awesome. Hopefully we're going to have some delicious figs to preserve and turn into whatever it is we can. It's been a lot of rain this year. We are very high up. Like I said, we're in a colder area, so we have had even some days up to 80 mils to 100 mils of rain, which has been great. Thankfully, nothing's washed away just yet because we are on a slight gradient and not everything has ground cover. So we've been very fortunate to, keep everything in its spot and not have anything washed away. This Wendy house we had put in, it was a 4x4 meter with a 1.5 meter balcony sort of front area that was just open and clear, and we basically cladded up the exterior, cladded up the interior, built a small side room for all the solar energy, the battery inverter, as well as store a nice fridge now, which has been just something that has blown us away, having a fridge to be able to freeze things and keep things, as well as a washing machine. So able to set that up and run everything out down the hill water wise and keep everything maintained. And so far it's been absolutely brilliant. We have 6 solar panels set up facing north, and we have a 5 kilowatt system with a 3 kilowatt lithium ion battery that has just been incredible. Zero maintenance so far. It's been about 4 months. We're hoping to get 10 to 15 years out, so we're trying to discuss how we're going to create a sort of protective layer over the top in case we have hail or something comes along, but hopefully it's not going to happen. We had this was all open. We cladded it up. We put a bit of roofing, and we actually bought the sliding door and cut a few of the edges, and thankfully it just fitted in like a glove, and we're able to do that to seal off the small kitchen area. So we have a dog house in there for a little grey wolf. She's pretty hungry right now. You can see how she's getting bleak with me. And just to have the kitchen set up, have another area to chill in, have the whole inner layer where we can just keep warm and close up individually as well. So we've got 2 sliding doors leading in here. We've got Jeannie always chilling on the bed. This is one of the old farm cats that decided to join us. And we have the small 4x4 room where we have our computers, closet area, bed, beautiful fireplace in the corner here, which I have to thank Angie's parents for that, because what a blessing it's been, and just keeping us warm and being able to be in such a cold place but feel so at home, so comfy, so warm. And the computer, of course, to get this video online, I hope one day. So there's a lot of topics to discuss when doing this. It's never ending. I mean, we've come from, literally not knowing anything other than having the family's input, but they're more on the, commercial farming sort of side, to switching, doing everything, by ourselves day in and out, and trying to see what it takes to live this way. There's been a lot of things that we've had to break through emotionally to be able to do, like laying concrete slabs, cutting on so much wood, having fires going, and just doing these things that we're not used to doing on a regular basis. But yeah, there's a lot of things to discuss. I see a lot of people talking about these things worldwide. It's been a massive topic since the whole 2020 whatever it is that happened there. And yeah, it's just something that I feel we all need to be discussing. I think that there's going to be these chickens having a little field there, but yeah, so there's a lot to discuss, and I would love to find out who's out there and what people are doing and different ways of doing it better. And there's a lot of guys that I've been watching, like Chris Arbor, a few guys in Thailand that are just doing an incredible job with earthen building. Guys in Russia, so shout out to those dudes in the forests and living in those kinds of conditions and showing us how it's done, that it's very possible and very easy to do. And yeah, there's a lot of topics, so we'll be getting into that over this coming year, I hope, just discussing what sort of items may be necessary to have primarily, and what it is you can do for the minimal amount of money, but just by using your hands, using what you've been given, and turning those resources into an area that you're able to live in comfortably, live more self-sustainably. We're not completely off the grid. We still go in and out of town and we get certain items, but slowly but surely we're realizing what it is we sort of need, if I can say, and what it is that we hope to have in the future. And it's just worked out to be less is more. And that's kind of where this all leads to, I believe, is just living with less, but actually having so much more. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and would love to get in touch with people around SA that are doing the same thing. It will be interesting to hear and see what people are up to. And yeah, have an awesome 2022, and we'll catch you guys in a few more weeks. Cheers.